Okay, I'm back. Had an internet problem. I had an internet problem. So I'm going to go back to the top. I just got back home from seeing Superman. My out of theater reaction is now up. This is going to be a full reaction, a full review. I didn't want to give away spoilers because I filmed those videos right when I walk out. I filmed. Sorry about that. But I'll admit I've been having a respiratory infection over the last few days. I'm over the worst of it. I'm past the worst of it. And the worst of it ended yesterday. And as a matter of fact, I got some medicine that I'm gonna have to take when I'm done here. Yeah, what's gonna keep me from seeing this movie? None, nada, even okay, maybe COVID. Okay, but an upper respiratory infection was not gonna be able to keep me from seeing this movie. I'll do a little backstory on DC movies. The first feature length DC movie was, of course, the first Superman movie with Christopher Reeve, which I love. I absolutely I adore that movie. I adore it. I even did one of my first videos on my right here on my YouTube channel is actually it's actually a music video for a song. It's on an album that I'm quickly going to grab right now. If you've seen my Superman music video, and you're like, who's the band and what album is it? If you've seen my Superman music video, and you're like, who's the band and what album is it? Fuck! Fucking hell! Okay. I'm actually back live. I'm having internet problems for some stupid ass reason. Like I said, the contracts, and we end up with problems. God, I hate contracts that are like that. But anyway, I do hope that the lead singer of Three Doors Down, Brad Arnold, who is unfortunately battling stage 4 kidney cancer, is able to reach a full recovery. I've been a fan of Three Doors Down since I was like 13. I'm almost 30. I'm 36 on Friday, so I've been a fan of them for about 23 years. Oh, that's not good. At least that's carpet that I have, not hardwood. I've been a fan of them for 23 years. The song from that Superman video that I did years ago, I actually did that while I was in high school. That's the album that it's off of. That's the album. I love the original Superman movie. I absolutely love it. I did see Superman 2 once. I don't think I hated it. I just for some reason I've never watched it again. Superman 3 and 4, I'll admit I've know what I know what happens in those movies. I've stayed away from them because I've heard everything that I need to know about them. Yeah, that Superman 4, I mean Superman Returns, that actually wound up being, which was one of the Superman movies that I took B-roll footage from for that music video. That one was the first one that I saw in theaters, and I'll admit, I like that one. I think that's a good movie. I do. Not the best Superman movie, but I think it's a good one. Yeah, I think Brandon Routh he got like the short end of the stick. So anyway, yeah, sadly that movie did not make enough money to like seemingly continue that Superman. I don't know exactly what happened. It just the next seemed like it a follow up to that one was never meant to be. It does. Then the next one, it wound up getting rebooted, and we wound up getting Man of Steel, which I will admit I'm a fan of. I love Man of Steel. I don't care if it's not a perfect movie. I don't care. I like it. I love it for what it is. And Henry Cavill is awesome. Henry Cavill is an awesome Superman. And then we wound up getting the next one was Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I'll admit, I did not like the theatrical cut of that one. I did not. I was like, this cut feels like it's not a full movie. I have since seen the extended cut. I bought the extended cut on 4K Blu-ray because I was like, maybe I'll just give this a try. And I was like, this cut is actually pretty good. This is a pretty good cut, in my opinion. This cut feels more of a fuller movie. There was, for the theatrical cut of Dawn of Justice, there was like 30 minutes taken out. I mean, that's a pretty significant amount of runtime that was taken out. And I think the next one was Suicide Squad. DC Extended Universe. I'm looking that up just to be sure. Yes, it was. Suicide Squad was the next one, which I think is all right. I find it to be entertaining, but it's a mess. It's a mess. And Cara Delevingne, she cannot act. Cara Delevingne is terrible, absolutely terrible. But I do like Will Smith, and I do like the look that they gave Killer Croc. Killer Croc looks awesome. Killer Croc does look awesome. And then there's Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Okay, she's fun. She's fun to watch as Harley Quinn. I really, really enjoy her as Harley Quinn. I want more of her as that character. Even in this new DC, I want more Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Because that's a character that I feel like she was just born to play. Then the next one after Suicide Squad was Wonder Woman, which I had no expectations for. I was like, this really, I'm really getting done with these DC movies because I was like, the last one that I saw I did not like, and I heard that the other one was not good. But I decided to change. I decided to go in, give Wonder Woman a chance, and I'll admit I love it. I love Wonder Woman. Third act was the weakest, but I still absolutely love that movie. The next one was Justice League, which the theatrical one. It's the theatrical cut and the Snyder cut. I feel like I have the same relationship with those two that I as I do with the with the Dawn of Justice cuts. I think the first one, the theatrical cut, is a mess, but I do like the extended cut. I do like the Snyder cut of Justice League. I think the Snyder cut of Justice League was actually worth doing. Yeah. Yeah, it's 4 hours, but I felt like it was 4 hours that was worth actually sitting down and watching it. It was 4 hours well spent. And then after Justice League came Aquaman, which I think is a fun movie. It's silly, but it's fun. Silly but fun. And then Shazam, which, oh my gosh, the first Shazam, I also, that's another DC movie that I adore. Especially the part where Dr. Zhivago is chasing Billy through the toy store. And then they go down the aisle with the Batman toy, and the Batman toy says, "I'm Batman." And then Shazam picks him up, picks up the Batman toy, throws him at Dr. Zhivago, like, "Get him, Batman!" I thought that part was so funny. I thought that was like the best part of the movie. And then came Birds of Prey, which I think is a fun movie. Not the best, but I think it's fun. I enjoyed it mostly. Same with Wonder Woman 1984. Again, not perfect, but I enjoyed it. Then after that was Suicide Squad, the first of these DC movies that James Gunn directed, which I was like, yeah, that trip to the theaters was a blast for me. That movie did not deserve that movie unfortunately flopped at the box office, and it did not even deserve to. That movie deserved to make a lot more money. And then the next year we wound up getting Black Adam, which was okay. Then after that we got to Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and then The Flash, and then Blue Beetle, which were fun. I did not see Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom because at that time I was checked out with I had checked out with those DC movies with that DC universe. As with everybody else, we all just like everybody else. I checked out. I was like, I know this is not going anywhere. I'm not even going to bother. And so I yeah, geez, what was I? Guess oh, what so when I heard that James Gunn was going to do a Superman movie, I was like, okay, because he did a great job with the Suicide Squad. He was just he dealt a bad hand. And I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I love those movies. Also, I really like the remake of Dawn of the Dead that he wrote that Zack Snyder directed. I really enjoyed that movie. So, of course, I was really, really looking forward to this movie. It was my most anticipated superhero movie of the year, and I have to say, this is exactly the Superman movie I wanted it to be. Oh my God, this movie was so much fun. This movie has so much fun in it. That's it. And I think it starts things off right with Superman getting his ass kicked. I gotta say that this is a scene that I'm gonna talk about. This scene, this first scene I'm gonna talk about is the scene that I'm not spoiling anything because this scene was in the marketing. It's this. It's the one where we see Superman crash land right outside where his fortress is, and we hear him whistle for Crypto to come get him, and Crypto drags him to the Fortress of Solitude, where the Superman robots heal him. That that scene is actually at the very beginning of the movie. It's like the very first scene. And I really like that in the very first scene, we see that he is vulnerable. I love it when my heroes are vulnerable because I just feel like it adds to the tension. I'm sick and tired of these movies that just make these characters so perfect. They're like, oh, we gotta make them perfect because of this reason. No, don't make them perfect when they're perfect and not interesting. When they're vulnerable and when they're vulnerable to mistakes, that's where they're interesting. I want to see them like go through some sort of character arc. I want them to. I want them to like get beat down to like the lowest point that they've been, because then when they rise up to the challenge, they're a lot more. Them rising up to the challenge is more interesting. See, that's one of the problems that I feel that Captain Marvel had with its title character. She just felt too perfect at the beginning. Now, granted, in this movie, Clark has been Superman for a few years, but it still seems like he's trying to figure things out. He's still not perfect. I mean, a city damn near gets leveled. I'm not spoiling anything right there because that's stuff that's in the trailer. So if I'm talking about specific scenes, I'm gonna make sure that there's stuff that was already in the trailers. I'm not going to like reveal like full stuff. I will say that about David Cornsweet, he is really good in this movie. He's good. He is a good Superman. I want more of this Superman. I do. I'm excited to see where this iteration goes. And there's also Crypto the dog. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There was one scene. I'm not going to say exactly everything that happens. Where Crypto started messing with the started what Crypto started messing with what the bad guys were trying to do, and I was like, good boy, Crypto, go, go, go. Crypto could have actually probably felt cheesy, but in this movie, he just feels perfectly done. He, he, it feels right. I like what they did with Crypto in this movie. I really do. And then there's, of course, Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor. And in the trailers, I was like, yeah, this guy's got the look of Lex Luthor down pretty darn good. I definitely like the way that he did Lex Luthor. I like him as Lex Luthor. I also like him as Beast. I want more of him as Beast in a future Marvel movie, but I also want more of him as Lex Luthor. I think he is really good in this movie. He helps keep the character interesting, and he does a way better job than Jesse Eisenberg did. I don't know if he did a better job than Gene Hackman. I don't know, because I feel like Gene Hackman, he's a tough actor to top. Yeah, I also really like Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. I felt like the chemistry between Lois and Clark, it was done well, especially during that scene where it's another scene that we saw in the trailers. It's the interview scene. And I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what a reporter would do. I mean, he even calls her he even calls her Cronkite. Of course, we're alluding to or referencing the famous news anchor Walter Cronkite. I was like, this is exactly what Walter Cronkite would actually ask in this situation. This is what a good reporter would actually ask in this interview. And then there's also the action. The action is it makes me maybe the way it was shot made me feel like I was actually there. It was like all shots that were like from the point of view of all the characters, which I like it when they do that with these big budget spectacles, like Pacific Rim, for example. The first Pacific Rim, you see a lot of you see the action from the point of view of the characters, or all the people that are witnessing it on the ground. When when action is filmed like that for these kind of movies, I feel like it looks more grounded. And then there's I'm trying to think what else is, of course, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. I like it. His performance as Guy Gardner. I like Isabella Merced's performance as Hawk Girl. I don't care what people are saying about Last of Us season 2. I enjoyed it. Not as much as season 1, but I enjoyed The Last of Us season 2. Yeah, overall, this is just exactly what I wanted out of this movie. It's basically everything I wanted out of this movie. Also, the 2-hour runtime is perfect for it. It's perfect. The movie goes by like a flash. In a flash. Pun intended. You could probably say pun intended with that. I definitely wanting to see more of this kind of DC. Because I think this is a DC that has a lot of potential. Which I think this is a great first step. This is exactly what DC needed. They needed a movie like this. It's the movie DC badly needs. And I cannot wait to actually, now that I've seen this movie, I'm more excited for Supergirl. I am. I'm more excited for Supergirl. I'm more excited for Batman Brave and Bold. Come on. Give me some more. Give me some more, James and Peter. Give me more of this. Inject it into my veins. Those are my thoughts on Superman. What are your thoughts on it? Take a moment and leave a comment.